Good evening and welcome to the Gaming Kin podcast. As always, I'm your host Jack, and with me is my co-host Mark.
Hello.
And tonight we are going to be chatting away about licensed music and video games and covering the news as per usual. However, before we start talking about video game music, I would like to mention that we have our intro and outro theme, and it's usually the same song at the start and the end of the podcast. However, we're going to be using a different song at the end of the podcast now. We are going to be working in conjunction with a band who are local to us called Century 13. And we're going to be working in conjunction with them both on the podcast and on the YouTube channel. So when we're using music, we will try to use Century 13 music wherever we can. However, if we need a specific thing that they can't do for us, we will be using other music. But if we're just looking for music in general for anything, it will be Century 13 we're going to be using songs from. They have their upcoming album, which is self-titled, coming out July 13th, 2018.
Buy it now.
Buy it from us, because even though we're not selling it, you can buy it from us.
Give us your money.
But yes, we definitely recommend them. We definitely recommend you check them out. They are a kind of punk rock, alternative rock kind of setup. That's kind of what I get from it.
That sounds correct. Yes.
Yeah. They're usually touring around
Glasgow.
Couple. Well, I know sometimes they go up to the Islay Punk Fest and they play there. They sometimes do other festivals. Keep an eye out for them. If you can get tickets to go see them, I would definitely recommend it. They are a great band to listen to, and
especially the drummer. I hear is a very cool.
I don't
dude.
like the drummer.
Really, I think he's very handsome. No,
I used to play in a band with him. He was useless, just like all other drummers.
No.
I'm good pals with the drummer.
Are you? Really?
I like to think so. But yeah, definitely, if you can check them out, we will link their YouTube channel in the description for the podcast as it normally comes up. And our podcast now automatically got uploaded to our YouTube channel by Podbean, so I will also add in links there. So let's get started on our topic. So, I mean, a big thing about video games is obviously music. Music plays a big part in most video games, and it's really cool to see, I'm a big fan of Nobuo Uematsu's work on Final Fantasy.
Just a little bit. Just a little touch, yeah.
Just a little bit obsessed with the man. But another thing I really quite like is when you hear a licensed song in video games. Like, I know there's licensed songs in things like Saints Row and GTA, but they're generally like on the radio.
Yeah, so you can kind of like choose if you want to listen to them kind of thing.
Yeah, but I'm talking about ones that actually play a role within the game.
They give you like a big sense of the narrative.
Yeah, I think that is a really, really cool thing when that happens. So I thought we would talk about that for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I've obviously mentioned Nobuo Uematsu, so obviously if I could find a Final Fantasy topic, a Final Fantasy related one, that would come up. Which I have.
Shockingly.
Which I have.
Here we go.
So, there's a great song by Benny King called Stand By Me.
It is amazing and godly and should be up there with the greats.
Well, when they were doing Final Fantasy 15, they got Florence and the Machine to cover that.
Not as good, but damn, it still gave me chills.
I really like the Florence and the Machine version.
I mean, you didn't expect it. You're just like, it's a
You-
game, it's cool. Oh my god!
Yeah, you really didn't expect it. Like, I found that recently, I've found myself just putting on Spotify, and then instead of going to a playlist, I've actually looked for that song and played that instead of, my usual putting on Best of Black Mages or whatever.
Wow.
For those who don't know, Black Mages is a J-rock band started by Nobuo Uematsu, and they play arrangements of Final Fantasy music.
Your thing for Final Fantasy is getting a bit mental, man.
Nobuo Uematsu no longer... He's now retired from Square Enix, although he is back to do FF7R, which is going to be amazing having... Because, I mean, they've got Naoki... No, they don't have Naoki Yoshida. He's too busy working on 14.
If you're confused, you're not the only one.
Tetsuya Nomura, Yoshinori Kitase, and Nobuo Uematsu. They got like the three main guys from FF7 back to work on the remake, and it's going to be fantastic.
Whenever it comes out.
2019, late 2019.
That's what they say.
Yeah, but anyway, back to the topic. Stand By Me plays during the opening cutscene of the game, and it blends nicely into Nobuo Uematsu's Prelude, which is the generic FF theme. It plays on all of the Final Fantasy games. You know the one that goes do 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 do.
Fairy Tale.
You know what one I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
the Fairy Tale one. You're
Yeah.
like, okay.
So I think they mesh really well together. And like when Benny King wrote the song, he was writing it to, kind of, you would say to a girlfriend, "Stand by me." You know that song, "Lean on Me." It had a kind of similar message, right?
Bear in mind, though, Stand By Me is never. I don't think I've ever seen it used as in a romantic capacity.
But it that's what it was meant as, right?
Yeah, but no one has used it for that. It's
No.
always been about, like, just friends.
Yeah, well, that's what the game is used. The song is used for in the game. It's about the bonds of friendship between the four.
Yeah, because they're recreating it from the movie, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. The movie Stephen King Stand By Me. Yeah,
Wow, what's the Stephen King one? I don't know. It was a Stephen
with
King
Will
one.
Wheaton.
Oh god, here we go.
With Will Wheaton.
And here comes the tricky.
No, I just
Yeah. He thinks a victory set. We got a Trekkie moment in. First Final Fantasy, now Trekkie. What else can we get slotted in?
Will Wheaton was a lot better as Wesley Crusher than he was in Stand By Me.
Well, it's not like he aged a bit.
Yeah, that's true.
Yes, judging actor based on his performance when he was like 10. Yes, sorry, you're not good enough. You will now not enter Hollywood.
Well, actually, it was a lot better in Big Bang Theory than it was in Star Trek. So
Oh god, you're ruined it now. You're a Big Bang Theory fan. I cannot get over that show now.
the last episode I've seen episodes since, but the last, like, kind of chronologically, and like from season 1 to season 10 or 11 or whatever we're at now,
10.
was when. Have you seen all the episodes?
Honestly, I gave up, man. The whole premise confuses me.
Right. Well, spoiler alert.
Oh
The
no.
last episode I seen was when Sheldon proposed to Amy.
Right, okay.
That's the last episode I've seen.
Mm-hmm.
I know there's at least 2 seasons since that point.
Like, the whole premise just really confuses me. Obviously, like, a show's meant to evolve, right? But the basic premise was, was it 4 geeks traversing the real world and getting help from Penny.
Yeah.
And now it's like, 2 of them have married so far above their punching weight. Like, fair enough, one's not so really intelligent, but at the same time, like, really? So that's what happens to in real life geeks. Yes, their brains get them amazing, beautiful women.
Oh yeah. Well,
as opposed to their mother's basement.
That's what they say, though. Like the girls like the cool kids in high school, but then they go for the smart kids after that. Isn't that right? I was neither cool nor smart. That explains why I'm single.
Also explains why I'm here. We messed up.
We've gone so far off topic.
I blame Jack.
I blame me for that one that time as well. Yes.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, it was really cool to see a licensed song in Final Fantasy, and it was put to really good use. And like with Final Fantasy 15 being claimed, a Final Fantasy for people who are experienced with Final Fantasy and people completely new to the franchise, I thought that was a really cool way to bring in the people who are new to Final Fantasy.
Yes, how else to bring in new people by playing older songs
Yeah,
in a newer format?
not just that. Like they also had, I can't remember if it was the anime or the movie. I can't remember if it was Brotherhood or Kingsglaive, but they also had Aaron Paul do one of the voices.
Might have been Kingsglaive. That was an amazing free. What do you call it? 3D?
A CGI movie.
Yeah, that one. Yeah, that was awesome. I was like shocked at
His
that.
Brotherhood was the 5-part anime that was on YouTube.
Yeah, I didn't watch it. No offense, anyone.
Like, because you've also got the novel as well. It's so much expansive. It expands into so much different media that it's really a great Final Fantasy for newcomers to the franchise.
hmm
And using that song and then blending it into the Final Fantasy Prelude,
If it just fit so well, you're
it,
like what?
it just worked so well.
It was just awesome.
Another song that sticks out is "Holding Out for a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler. When it was used in Saints Row the Third.
I'm sorry, I always remember it as the Shrek 2 song at the end. You know.
You played, yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Have you played Saints Row the Third?
I have not.
Oh, you don't know what you're missing out, man. Like, I love the Saints Row franchise. It's all the crime spree of GTA with like ramped up levels of utter insanity. Like the most commonly referenced weapon when talking about Saints Row 3
Dubstep.
is either the dubstep gun
Yeah.
or the giant dildo bat.
You gave me such a look there when you said giant dildo bat. I'm kind of worried. Oh, he even taking his glasses off to explain the enormity of this weapon.
No. No, my glasses are broken. No, look, Mark. Like one of the feet have gone, so it just digs into the side of my face.
Fair enough. I'll give him that.
Which is why I usually wear my thick rim ones, but I kind of left them at the youth club like 2 weeks ago, and there was no youth club last week because of the bank holiday, so I've not had a chance to pick them up yet.
Spanner.
Yep.
Anyway, back on topic again.
But it's just a absolute hilarious video game. Like at the start of Saints Row 4, you climb a Russian rocket and try to defuse it before it hits America to the sounds of "Don't Want to Miss a Thing" by Aerosmith.
Oh, Jesus.
That was really, really cool. But "Holding Out for a Hero" by Bonnie Tyler at the end of Saints Row 3 was fantastic because, like, you know how you can customize a character in GTA?
Mm-hmm.
You get so much more span of customization with your character in Saints Row that you could be half naked, green, and overweight.
I'm already half there.
It's hilarious. But you run around with kind of like the gravity gun,
Yeah.
only it just blows everything away. It just forces everything away. You're throwing bombs, using that to throw bombs off of Steelport's version of Statue of Liberty.
Different.
It is hilarious. I'm gonna have to get you to play that.
Oh God, here we go.
Oh, it's so good.
I'll give it a go. God damn it. Do they all continue on? This is what always confused me about
Saints Row.
Yes. Because I know the first one was like basically top down of like GTA, and then it's like progressively got more insane.
First Saints Row wasn't a top down,
It did kind of look like it, basically. You walk around
but
and do the same.
it was essentially like from the 3D universe on.
Mm-hmm.
So it wasn't. Are you meaning top down like build style? Like
It's
build-
basically the same.
right. Yeah, I thought you were meaning top down like the original GTA where it was a top down view.
Okay, not so literal, bruh.
No, I don't know. You just say the words top down and referencing GTA. That's instantly what I think is GTA 1 and 2.
I apologise.
But no, like basically from like GT3 onwards, yeah, it uses the same build style. Saints Row 1 and 2 were quite like that. They
Mhm.
were, your general crime simulators, like GTA. But Saints Row 3 ramped up a bit and kind of gave you superpowers.
So, like, do you need to play the other two to get what's happening?
Kind of. Like I started from Saints Row 3, and
Right.
there wasn't much that I had to ask many questions about. They are quite self-contained, but they do reference back to the older games.
Mm-hmm.
But the references aren't important at the same time to make the game worth playing.
Alright, so basically, maybe watch one of those videos on YouTube that says, like, the history of Saints Row kind of thing.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
So you don't need to know what happened in the previous games to be able to play the games without any issues.
Mm-hmm.
But there are references back that, unless you really want to know where the references came from, you would need to look back. But they don't affect the enjoyment of the game in any way, shape, or form.
Sound.
And then in Saints Row 4, you are the President of the United States.
Mm-hmm.
Aliens attack, and then they destroy the Earth. And then you run around a simulated steel port with full-on superpowers. Like, see, after about 20 minutes of playing in the simulated world, you no longer need to actually take cars. You can super sprint faster than all the cars.
Wow.
And you can super sprint up the walls and glide, and you can punch the ground so hard it acts like a nuclear explosion and destroys everything about 6 blocks away.
I'm intrigued.
Saints Row 4 is definitely the best.
Then you have to play Saints Row 3 to get Saints Row 4.
No.
Sound, okay.
You can just jump straight into Saints Row 4.
I'll probably do that.
But I'm one of these people that I would prefer to play Saints Row 1, then 2, then 3, then 4.
Same, but you just said you don't need to.
But you don't need to. I started with 3.
Well then.
I'm just saying, if I had the choice, I would start with the first and then work all my way through to the 4th.
Mm-hmm.
There is also the spin-off, which is Saints Row Gat Out of Hell, where you play as Johnny Gat in Hell, because he dies in the third one.
God damn it. That looked good as well, so I'm going to have to play a third one.
I've got 4 and Gat Out of Hell on PlayStation, and I've got 3 and 4 on Steam.
Now you're just rubbing it in.
I've got Skyrim on Steam and I can't play it
Div.
because my computer's a toaster.
Now in other news, back to a topic at hand.
Yes, back to the topic. The last one that I've picked is Blue Oyster Cult's Don't Fear the Reaper from Prey 2006. Now,
Such an amazing song.
Prey 2006 is it started off really, really good, and then it just turned into a kind of generic FPS in an alien world with, like, those kind of, like, if you're in like an alien ship in an FPS, they have like those anus doors, the circular doors that just kind of open up like muscle.
Oh good god.
Like, that wasn't me that coined the term. I heard that somewhere else, and I've been using that ever since I watched that video.
Jack, porn does not count as a source.
No, I believe it was outside Xbox, the video that I watched that done it.
I'm going to need the source reference for this, my friend.
I will show you the video once we're done here.
Can you just reference, like I said, show me a video. Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Reinforcing it.
So, anyway, yeah, the game started out really well. Don't fear. You're in a pub, and then the jukebox clicks on. It starts playing "Don't Fear the Reaper," and then everybody gets abducted. I mean, how appropriate is "Don't Fear the Reaper" in that case? Not just that, like, see the ship that abducts everyone. It looks like one of the Reapers from Mass Effect.
Okay, now I call bullshit. That's cheating.
What? It does. It kind of looks like a Reaper from Mass Effect.
That's just building off Mass Effect's awesomeness. How dare they? Wait, was the second one out there then?
2006? No.
Oops.
No, I don't think the first one was even out then, was it?
The first one's been out for a good while.
Yeah.
And again, I keep forgetting this is 2018.
Yeah.
Damn!
Didn't Mass Effect come out 2006 as well? Mass Effect came out 2006. Mass Effect 2 2008. Mass Effect 3 2010. Mass Effect Andromeda 2017.
That's really sad when you think about it. It's so much longer to prep for it.
Is that right?
It sounds quite...
right.
Yeah, it sounds right.
That sounds right in my head. So
Was it really that long between the third and...
I think
That
so.
doesn't... That sounds a bit too long.
Maybe. Well, I mean, it sounds too quick between all the games. 2-year game cycle's pretty quick.
But bear in mind, Mass Effect was out for a while before like the hype started.
Yeah.
So it was released, and honestly, I remember playing. I hate being one of those guys, but honestly, I remember playing it and finishing it. Then like a month after it, and then I kind of hit the news, and I'm like, "Whoa, this came out of nowhere."
Yeah.
I think it was just when the second one was released.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's the songs I could think about. The ones that really stuck out to me, like the only one that I've not played Prey 2006, but I was doing some research and watching videos and checking Wikipedia pages and things like that, and that was one that really stuck out to me. Because not only that, Don't Fear the Reaper is a fantastic song.
Or was that song as well in Prince Persia? I believe you wanted to ignore because you don't like Prince Persia.
That would be Godsmack, I Stand Alone. I think it was one
The
of the...
second one? No.
I can't remember. I would have to ask my brother. He would know, because he's the Prince of Persia fan. But one of those games used Godsmack's I Stand Alone, which worked because the Prince of Persia didn't, he stood alone, pretty
Like
much.
you're explaining it now.
Well, I didn't really play it, so I don't really know where to go with it. Anyway,
Anywho.
time for some news.
The news.
We'll start with some Nintendo news.
Oh god. Anywho,
I always get really excited about Nintendo news.
despite the fact you don't have a Nintendo.
Yeah, I do.
Do you? Where?
No, I think there's one sitting down there by you somewhere. It's a Game Boy Advance.
That doesn't
It's still a
count.
Nintendo.
That doesn't count.
It's not a current Nintendo console, but it's a Nintendo console.
I was stretching it.
I don't have a Switch or a DS, but I have a Nintendo console. I think I've got an NES somewhere.
Oh god.
First up is Nintendo's new charging stand, which solves the Switch's design challenge. Have you seen the Switch?
The current one or the new one they're proposing?
The current one?
Have I seen one? Yes. Have I played one? Yes.
Well, you know how the kickstand on it, so you can play it in tabletop mode, is like at the side?
Yeah.
Well, they've got a new charging stand which has a kickstand built in. It doesn't have HDMI output, but it is pretty cheap. It's about 20 quid, so it's not too bad priced. I wouldn't expect the HDMI output for a 20 quid stand.
Suppose yeah.
But it's really built for people who have the Labo.
Ah, yes, the Labo.
You don't know what the Labo... Well,
I know you explained it to me,
I
but it
explained
still
it to
sounds
you.
insane. As
You've
like,
not. I need to show you a video of the Labo.
why would you call something the Labo?
I don't know. That's what Nintendo decided to call it, so I'm not going to complain.
Fine, I will. Why call it Labo?
But it looks like so much fun.
You just like making shit, don't you?
Yeah, very much.
See, wait, you should call it like Paper Tech. I'm a TM in it, Paper Tech. That's my thing.
But for people who use the Labo and for people who play in tabletop mode, it's a great way to charge it because the dock, it covers the screen so you can play it in TV mode.
Ah.
So you can't charge it in dock and play tabletop,
Okay.
like some people may or may not prefer.
Mhm.
Also, the way Nintendo are going, they look to be moving away from playing it in docked mode and more towards playing it in tabletop or handheld modes. However, like when they bring out Smash 5, that is definitely going to be something that people will be playing docked rather than tabletop,
Mhm.
because the screen is bigger and you would be able to get more players playing at once.
How many players can you have in Smash at once?
On Smash, you can have 8, 4 per console.
Whoa.
Um,
Insanity.
but yeah, Smash is such a fun game.
I think I remember playing one on like the
We
Wii.
used to play it down at Lewis's.
That literally feels like a lifetime ago.
Yeah, we also played Mario Kart as well. Quite a lot.
You sure it was me?
Yep. There was me, you, Darren, Mikey, Ross, Stuart, and a couple of other folk. I think Yvette came down occasionally. Yeah. It was back when we used to always hang out up Peely.
Ah, the glory days.
And like if the weather was pure crap or it was a weekend and we wanted to drink and not get bothered by the police, we would go to Lewis's.
Mate, you make us sound like so bad.
I know. It sounds worse than it is.
No, it doesn't.
But yeah, so this new charging pack is AC adapter, charging stand, what we're looking for. Uses the USB-C adapter, the USB-C port on the bottom of the console. So yeah, it'll be for people who play it in tabletop or handheld, and it does show Nintendo possibly moving away from playing it in docked mode.
No idea where you move away from Doctor Mode.
I don't know, but on with similar news to that, Nintendo are releasing a cheaper Switch bundle in Japan without a dock, without a power supply, without a HDMI cable. It's just
For Wii fans.
it is just the Switch and the Joy-Cons. It doesn't have the Joy-Con grip, which is how you would have it as a controller.
And docked, basically.
Yeah, well, you could have it that way in tabletop as well,
Alright.
but it's just that kind of wee thing. You just slip 2 Joy-Cons into it and it turns into a controller. So yeah, it is just put 2 Joy-Cons in the screen. It is for families who have a Switch already or are willing to buy kind of cheaper third-party ones or buy Nintendo ones separately. It's not too much of a price drop from the original cost, but it is a slightly cheaper option
Mm-hmm.
for families that already have a Switch and you're just looking for, kind of 2 Switches to play multiplayer games. It doesn't look like it's going to be a bundle that's released outside of Japan, but we don't know if they are going to be releasing it outside Japan. It'll probably get a mention at E3.
Quite possibly. Hopefully we'll mention so much fun.
A couple of the games on the Switch's eShop, I kind of like to keep an eye on what's kind of coming and going from the eShop, so I can mention if some folk who have Switches or
The
this
most
game's
weird
coming.
and wonderful names ever.
Well, 3 of them have some kind. 3 of them have kind of weird names. Immortal Redneck.
Again, like, what?
It's we had kind of had this conversation. Let's go back to that conversation. Like, when you think Immortal Redneck and you're thinking like kind of the geography of the game, where are you thinking?
Where's Trump right now?
States?
Well, there you go.
Yeah, I mean, you're probably thinking kind of south, the deep south. Yeah.
I think if you go too much south, then it's like, dating your sister territory. I assume that's what you're aiming for?
Well, I'm just kind of thinking, rednecks, generally moonshiners and stuff. You know, they're kind of.
Mate, don't diss moonshine. Have you ever had moonshine?
I've never had moonshine.
Oh, mate, that stuff will get you blitzed and like nobody's business, man.
I don't want to try moonshine. Then I'll
Oh,
just,
with fear written in his face.
I'll just stick with my single malts.
Oh, you're so refined.
I try. I try. I mean, don't get me wrong. I'll have a vodka and lemonade now and again. I'll drink cans of Guinness. I'll drink bottles of Budweiser. But nothing beats a single malt. Nothing beats it.
I can't wait for you to mature like your favourite whiskey, and then that way when you say it, it won't come off as so pompous. Like, my god.
My favourite whiskey is an 18-year-old Glenfiddich.
I was going to make a joke so much there. I'll let you have it. Mainly because I don't know when you spit your juice over the laptop.
But yeah, other games that have funny names are Suicide Guy
Hi.
and 3/4 Home.
I'm so confused by that one.
3/4 Home is also on the PlayStation, and apparently it's pretty good.
So is that like someone's 3/4 home, or is that like you're missing a quarter of the house?
Not a clue. Although, one of the biggest selling titles on Steam just now, like, I'm not talking all time, just like in the last couple of weeks.
Yeah, basically more popular titles.
The most popular title in the last couple of weeks has been a VR home home decorating and selling simulator
Really?
called
House Flipping?
House Flipper. Yeah, have you seen it?
No, but that sounds kind of cool actually.
Yeah, I seen the video for it and I was like, oh, that's so funny. It's so cool. I would kind of debate getting that myself if I had VR.
It is one of those ones you kind of like. It sounds weird as a game, but you can understand why it'd be kind of cool.
Yeah, like I've got Euro Truck Simulator.
No,
And
no.
it's one of those games. It is addictive, but see when you like, it's not a game you could stream. You know, if someone streamed that would be a very boring stream to watch. But see, like, just sitting at night and playing that is oddly enjoyable.
It worries me you play a driving game with drinking single malt whiskies. Worst driver ever.
The only thing that would make that game better is if I had like a force feedback wheel and pedals and a gear stick.
Really?
Yeah. I would probably play it a lot more often if I had that.
You just get a full chair, wouldn't you?
Oh yeah.
Just like buy a spare car seat and get it all set up. Full gaming rig.
Oh totally. I would totally do that. Like, if I had the money I would totally do that.
Oh, Jesus. Here we go.
Why not?
No. Again, sorry we went off topic. Jack and his fantasies.
If I could turn my room, which is an absolute bomb site at the moment, into like really, really nicely laid out Gamer Central, I would.
Gamer Central.
Do you know what I would do? Like, see, so I would have enough space to actually play VR games. I would get a Murphy bed.
Right, one of the flippy ones.
One of the ones that flip up against the wall. I would get one of them.
I'm sure your neighbours would love you, by the way. Doosh! Oh, there's Jack up. Sound. Guess we'll get up now, too.
I usually get up at like 1 in the afternoon, so I'm pretty sure they wouldn't mind. They probably wouldn't even be at home at the time.
There goes my point.
It would more be the douche when I pull the bed down at 3 in the morning to go to bed.
Does it make a dish when it comes down as well?
Well, imagine with the bits hitting the floor, yeah?
You're not meant to let it hit the floor, dude.
But the feet...
Yeah, you place it down, man. Etiquette.
3 in the morning, I'm probably just like...
See, that method means you're going to get trapped underneath it, dude.
Probably.
How'd you sleep? Painfully.
Anyway.
My bed slept in me.
Yeah, that would probably be what happens most nights. Anyway. With the SNES being recently made available again by Nintendo, no, not recently, being available since its launch in September, and the
Yeah,
NES.
it's pretty recent.
Yeah, but it wasn't re-released. It was just released.
Oh, okay.
Um, I've lost my train of thought.
Derailed.
Right.
Wasted.
How about we just try this news segment from the start, right?
Let's go.
Not the whole news segment, not all the way back to the start.
Yeah, super serious.
Just this
Super serious time.
bit, right? So with the SNES being available since its release in
Mhm.
September,
Yep.
Nintendo have said that the NES Classic Edition will return in June, hopefully.
Hopefully.
Kind of late June they're looking at. It'll probably be about the same price as it was on its original release, about £80.
Wow.
Yeah, but it should be readily available, like right through till the end of the year, and they will hopefully continue support for that, continuing on from there. Like they'll continue to manufacture and sell them as long as there is still demand,
hmm
because I think they released it, for like they released it back in November 2016.
Yep.
And it was only out for like 2 months.
Because there aren't that many like retro gamers that
Yeah.
like with the advent of
The
VR.
thing sold out about 2 months before it was released.
Fair enough. I take that back.
Yeah, it sold out super quick. Pre-orders, there was more pre-orders for it than there were actual consoles.
So basically, we shocked the system.
Yeah. There was way more demand than supply. And until it gets re-released,
hmm
there are some, you can find them on eBay and CEX on Amazon. And right,
Like I hear to spell that one out now.
yeah,
Such a poorly named place, man.
yeah. I usually just call it CX, like to people who I'm like kind of talking with who would know
The brand.
the brand. But see, if people don't know the brand, I actually spell the whole thing out.
And like,
I'll-
sex.
Yeah, right. So you'll find it like eBay, CX, Amazon. I think GeForce in Glasgow has some.
hmm
And they're all upwards of £100.
Damn.
I was looking at them on Amazon, and the cheapest one I found was £120. But a original NES
hmm
was 45.
Right.
Now, I would actually go for the original NES over the NES Classic Edition, right?
hmm
Because the Classic Edition doesn't have the ability to use cartridges. It's because it's only, it's about half the size. The cartridges won't fit in it. So I would just, and it's preloaded with like 20 games.
hmm
But see, once you've played those 20 games,
It's a useless box.
yeah. So I would get an original NES.
That's
and
matured
buy
18 years.
And 18 years? Try 20. Try 32.
I was kind of close.
Kinda close.
Kind of close.
You were, 14 years out?
Yeah, it was 14 years.
Nearly double? Yeah, because it was, I think, 32 years ago. Well, it was released in 1986, the original one.
Alright. Damn, that's the works.
Some of them still work. I've got one up in the loft somewhere. It probably still works.
Like, up in a loft, yeah, it probably still works. Probably spits dust and shit when it works, but,
But no, I would buy, an NES
Yeah, just-
and cartridges for it, so I could get the games I wanted and things like that.
So you can have, like, sellers on eBay, like, hearing about this, going, you're dusting off shit, and I was like, oh, yes. Finally, I'm gonna get $5 or some shit.
If it still works, I would probably pay about £50 to £60 for it.
Wow. Okay, then.
Like, depending on how, like, if it turns on and
Yeah,
it'll boot
once.
up, if it turns on and boots up,
A few times. Make sure it actually works up, not a fluke.
but doesn't load a cartridge,
Alright.
I would probably pay about £20 for that.
Why?
Just to have one?
Well, that's an expensive paperweight.
Yeah. And it's a damn good looking paperweight too.
Right. And the
You know-
reasons Jack doesn't have a custom gaming unit is this.
Yeah, totally. But no, I would be paying between £60 and £80 for a working NES, like an original one, and about the same for an SNES.
Hmm.
You know, but I would also need to buy a CRT telly so I could play Duck Hunt with the Zapper.
Oh, God.
What? Nothing wrong with that. So that is the end of well, it's technically the end of Nintendo news
Yeah, but it's not really.
because we're moving on to a subtopic of Nintendo news, which is Pokemon news.
Do-do-do-do.
First up is the Alolan Gen 1 Pokemon are coming to Pokemon Go, which
You know that fad that died out in 2016? It's back with a vengeance.
it's been ongoing, and it's not as dead as people actually think it is.
It's fine, undead.
It's quite well,
It's a zombie app that won't go away.
as I don't have it anymore because
Oh, yeah, please defend it while not having it.
I would still have it if it wasn't up, if it wasn't.
May I just point out he's having a lot of arm throwing around while he's trying to remember what he's trying to say. Just find it amusing.
I would still be playing it if
Here we go.
Apple didn't ruin it.
Had Apple in it?
They made it exclusive to iOS 11.
Huh?
I have the 5C,
Alright, okay.
which only goes up to iOS 10.
Ah.
So I can't upgrade to iOS 11, so I can't play Pokemon Go. If I had, the 6 onwards, I could still play it.
Huh.
But because I've got the 5, I can't.
That sucks.
But up until they changed that, it was still, every time I would walk to work, I'd have Pokemon Go on, and it would be, all the gyms would be red on the way to work, and they'd all be yellow on the way home. So people are still playing it.
Jack, why you late? I seen a Tiglet.
Why are you late? There was a Zapdos raid!
Okay, fair enough. But and then the guy's like, well, yeah, okay. Did you catch it? No. Oh.
I failed. But yeah, so Alolan region Pokemon are just the Gen 1 forms, so the rest of the Alolan Pokemon, the original ones for that generation, aren't being included yet.
How do Alolan forms look in the Pokedex? Is it a different version you can click along in that one, or is it completely separate Pokemon, if you know what I mean?
I wouldn't know because I've not played Pokemon Sun and Moon,
Ah, fair enough.
and I haven't actually watched the anime either, so
I mean, is it? Do you reckon they have different numbers? You know what I mean? Everyone's assigned a number.
I don't know.
Hmm.
I just know what they look like,
Oh yeah, fair enough. Just thought to ask.
and I know that they have different typings.
Oh yeah.
But that's it. And on the note of Pokemon games, Pokemon Switch, there looks to be some trademarks going on for Pokemon Let's Go, particularly Let's Go Pikachu and Let's Go Eevee. So that's looking to be the names of the new Switch games.
Yeah, Let's Go Eevee just doesn't have the same kind of pull to it, does it?
Well, Pikachu and Eevee are the two most popular Pokemon in the series.
I'd argue heavily against that. Pikachu, yes. Eevee?
Yeah?
No, Eevee's potential is what's popular. Pikachu is popular because, he's a
I'm not meaning a competitive way or anything.
crap.
I'm meaning plushies and stuff.
Oh.
Like
Well, Eevee is a ball of fur.
see merchandise,
Mm-hmm.
and it's the Pokemon merch is mostly Pikachu and Eevee stuff that sells.
Huh.
I mean, come on, Eevee's cute. I would say so. Those have been trademarked as websites.
So just enough chance you're wanting to, name your website that. It's gone. Sorry.
So, yeah. But if you do look up the websites and manage to get onto the page, they are blank pages just now. There's nothing on them. But they have been acquired by CSC Corporate Domains, who register the previous Pokemon websites for Game Freak.
Okay, right.
So it does look to be that's what's happening, but we'll see as time goes on. I mean, E3 is coming up, so if there is anything on a Switch game, if they've got to the point of registering trademarks, I imagine they're quite deep into production, but who knows?
Who knows indeed.
Speaking of E3, it's time for some E3 news.
E3.
Devolver Digital are apologising for their upcoming E3 press conference. Now, there's nothing wrong with their press conference. I read the article, I read the headline, and I was like, there's plenty of time to E3, there's still time to fix it. But no, it's because they've said this year's big fancy press conference will feature real actual game reveals and technological innovation from Devolver Labs, the research and development arm of Devolver Digital, responsible for last year's earliest access program and making throwing your money at the screen a valid form of payment. It continues on later on saying there will almost certainly be blood, potentially loss of life. After this press release, they put the date and time of their conference on Twitter with apologies in advance. That is why they're apologising. Because it is they just do the most random things. They look like they don't take the press conference seriously, but they really do. They just have as much fun with it as they can. Yeah, it's definitely looking like it'll be enjoyable.
I feel slightly robbed. Usually I thought I trademarked apologising beforehand, but oh well, I'll let them use it. It's cool.
Oh well.
Yeah.
But
Sorry.
if you're interested in Devolver Digital's press conference this year, it will be the 10th of June at 8 p.m. Pacific time, which we worked this out last fortnight, because I forgot to change it.
Well, Jack did, because in all honesty, fuck time zones.
It was 7 hours, so 1 p.m. here, or 1 a.m. Are they ahead or behind? They're behind. So 1
Depends on the preference.
8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2, 3 a.m. here, I think.
He whipped out the finger numbers. That's how he does it.
Yep. 3 a.m. here, I think. I'm not sure. Also, Sony will be doing theirs on Monday, June 11th at 6 p.m. Pacific, which, using my 7 hours behind logic, is 1 a.m. and on the Tuesday here, and it's going to have a major focus on upcoming PlayStation 4 games. They're not going to be talking about any hardware at all.
Which is good, because I cannot be bored getting another console already.
And the big 4 titles are Kojima Productions' Death Stranding, Insomniac Games' Marvel Spider-Man, Naughty Dog's Last of Us Part 2, and Sucker Punch Productions' Ghost of Tsushima.
Sorry, what was the last one?
Ghost of Tsushima.
And again?
Ghost of Tsushima. Stop it. Stop mocking my inability to pronounce words.
I'm not going to try that, man.
Ghost of Tsushima.
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 Yeah, okay, cool.
Stop it. So, yeah, there will be no hardware stuff, so don't expect anything about the PS5 or
They can stay away for a long time.
anything like that. They are going to be doing their media event, will be broadcast on Twitch, Facebook, YouTube, and live.playstation.com. However, it's not been told whether there'll be a theatre press conference like usual for fans and the press to attend, but it will be from E3.
So either way, you'll get some form of show.
Yeah, and hopefully it'll be good. I mean, Sony are usually pretty good for E3 anyway, so hopefully we'll be alright there.
Something hopefully will be good. I have no idea. I'm not gonna lie. No clue.
Square Enix will be the best.
Please be the best.
Anyway,
No, screw that, Bioware.
BioWare.
I want any information I can on the next Dragon Age installment.
BioWare aren't doing E3.
What, period?
Now they'll just be under the EA banner.
Oh, Lord.
Anything that's coming from, like, because it'll be, and anyway, anything from BioWare that's mentioned at E3 this year will be Anthem.
Unsure now. I was originally purely happy about it, but now I'm like,
What you want to be checking out is Bethesda for Rage 2 and Starfield.
no,
Yes.
no,
Yes.
no.
Like, I know you were underwhelmed with the Rage 2.
I did not feel rage. I felt meh. Should be meh too.
I didn't feel rage either. I felt adrenaline going, I want to play this game. Anyway, you know what? We can just skip talking about Rage 2 later. We can just talk about it now. Rage 2 looked great.
You're the same kind of guy who like explosions in a movie and goes, wow, that looks exciting.
No, I see explosions in movies and go, I didn't know Michael Bay was in this film.
Ooh, burn Michael Bay.
That's what I think about when I see explosions in movies, is Michael Bay. Because Michael Bay movies are 90% explosions and 5% CGI and 5% credits.
Sounds accurate. Not gonna lie.
That's what happens. Michael Bay movie starts up. You get some CGI looking robot or alien.
Not saying anything bad so far.
About 2 hours of explosions. And then credits. And you're like,
This is the weirdest porno ever.
why did I...
I broke him, everyone. Well,
Why did I pay... What is it? £20 to go to the cinema now?
that's a really weird cinema you go to.
Why did I pay £20 to see 2 hours of explosions? No, I think Rage 2 looks good. It looks like it's going to be a kind of mix of Borderlands
Mm-hmm.
and Mad Max.
And a little bit of Rage 1.
Yeah,
A little bit.
but they're kind of moving in a new direction with Rage 2 from Rage 1, so it's going to keep a lot of the canon and stuff, but a lot of the gameplay is going to be changed up, and a lot of the everything moving forward is going to be changed. So
Mm.
I thought it looked good. Okay.
Oh, he's
my
getting
defense.
he's getting defensive. Oh no.
That's my defense of it. I thought it looked good. Anyway, let's talk about some delays. I don't like talking about games being delayed, but unfortunately in the video game industry, it happens.
Sad face.
So, first up is NBA Playgrounds 2 has been delayed at the last minute. It was meant to launch on the 22nd of May. However, they do look to be rebuilding the game from the ground up. Like, they've cancelled this game at the last minute to rebuild it and then release it later on.
That sounds bad when you think about it. That's bad.
I was kind of excited about it because there aren't, like, because you've still got the EA NBA games, you know, and they're alright, but they're not, like, if I want to play an NBA game, I'm looking for something like NBA Jam, which is kind of more arcadey.
Alright, okay.
You know, it's generally, instead of being like a full team on a full team, which is 5-on-5, and like kind of real world physics and things, I'm wanting to play, you know, the arcade one where you can jump halfway across the court, slam dunk, and the ball goes on fire kind of thing.
I think you're fine. Michael Jordan did that in real life.
No, he didn't.
Have you not seen Space Jam? That was real.
That's not real life.
How dare you, sir? How dare you?
anyway, that's the kind of games I'm wanting to play with regards to like basketball. So, I'm kind of gutted that that's not coming out. Pre-orders have been refunded because they don't know when they're going to be releasing it, but they will have more details soon.
Mm.
So, if there is any major news about NBA Playgrounds 2, we'll probably mention it.
Yeah, a little bit of a mention, yeah. We fucked up, my bad.
And if it does come out, we might play it. I might get my
Maybe.
ass handed to me at it. Shenmue 3 is delayed yet another year. Shenmue is one of the best games on the Dreamcast, and it was announced as a Kickstarter at Sony's 2015 conference. It was going to be released this year, but they have pushed it back. However, they're saying there's nothing wrong with the game coding or anything like that. It's just time to polish the game so it can be presented to the players in the best possible quality.
Yeah, but the downside to that is if you leave it another year, then games will then progress further, meaning
Well,
it'll look dated by a year, if you get me.
From what I've heard,
Mhm.
it's not like it's been delayed a full year, but rather it was meant to come out just after E3 this year,
Mhm.
if I remember correctly. But it's been pushed back to a kind of early 2019 release. So, like January, February, March.
Alright.
So it's not too much away.
Still, I mean, if you've
It's
been
only
waiting...
about a 6-month pushback. Like when they say another year, 2019 instead of 2018 is what they're really meaning. From what I've heard, and I've been quite looking forward to Shenmue 3. It does look, from what I've seen, it looks like it's going to be a good game.
Not gonna lie, I'm a bit really picky when it comes to games.
It's an RPG game. I'll probably enjoy it.
Word.
Metro Exodus is also delayed to 2019. It was meant to have a fall release this year.
Please don't say that. A fall release. Say it
Autumn-
properly. Thank you.
Q4. No, Q3?
Q3 did.
Q3? Spring, summer, autumn, winter. Aye, Q3.
Bruh, did you seriously just do that?
Yep.
Do you know why I call it fall in America?
Because that's when the leaves fall.
Aw, you ruined the punchline. You suck. Right, now continue. Ruined it.
I love how, like, once I ruined your punchline, I just kind of stared off into space waiting for you to just have some sort of a reaction.
Yeah, the reaction of, oh, you're in my fun.
Yep.
Rub it in, why don't you?
Anyway, it is...
It's because trees fall down. Trees fall down. Yeah, you
Anyway.
can ruin it with one punchline.
It's going to be Q1 2019. So again, this is looking just to be a delay for polish, which Metro Exodus and Shenmue are both being published by Deep Silver. So that's two of their games which are being delayed for polish. So
That sounds a bit dodgy, not gonna lie.
that does sound worrying, but at the same time, 4A Games are making Metro Exodus, and if I scroll back up, it should tell me who is developing. YSNet is developing Shenmue 3, so it's two different developers but the same publisher, so that could be worrying, but we don't know. But it just seems to be the two games are being pushed back a wee bit so that they can be polished and given to the players in the best possible condition.
It's supposed to like a patch later on.
Yeah, well, I mean that is a big problem that I find with the current generation, like from PS3 onwards. It's like
Just
you
getting.
order a game and it comes and you get all excited and you're like,
Woohoo!
I can't wait to play this game. You put the game in, 5 minutes to install the game.
What? Kind of games you getting?
Monster Hunter World.
5 minutes, really?
Yeah.
Damn. Well, back then, nowadays.
Well, Monster Hunter World only came out in June. Not June, January this year.
Yeah, because that's not like ages back. Patches and shit.
It's still this year. But the problem is, you get all excited. You put the disc in the console, install the game, start the game, patch. Day one patches annoy me to hell because they just give you like half a game.
See, that's not the most annoying thing for me. Like, if you take into Andromeda,
Yeah.
when that was released, it needed so much polish. And then it's like they waited for full fans to make up a brouhaha, and then they're like,
Oh yeah,
sorry about that. Let's tweak it for you." And you're like, "Right, so I just paid tons of money, and now you're fixing it after I've given you the money."
them facial animations at the start of the game, like in the early build.
Like, was
Like
that
before
one
patches.
character whose makeup was like well overdone? So, like, was it bright like pink lips and red rosy cheeks? And you're like, wow.
Wasn't that the doctor, the Asari doctor on the ship?
I was looking for the human one. What was it? I think it was like a leader or something. The security one.
Korra.
Not a playable character. NPC.
Korra.
Oh, shit. Yeah. All right.
Like you've got the NPCs that are in your team.
No, they're not. Well, I suppose they are NPCs. Yeah. Not a play. That's not a team character, rather.
Oh, I'm not sure then.
I thought so. Yeah.
I thought you were talking about Korra.
But do you think she was overdone?
Well, I actually didn't get the game till kind of a wee bit after a few of the patches that came out.
Also, patches would have fixed that before you seen it.
I'm not quite sure.
Point is, it just looked like properly overdone. You kind of looked in like, whoa.
Yeah. I love how we always end up mentioning Mass Effect, Andromeda, or Final Fantasy.
Well, Final Fantasy is a joy to you. Andromeda is one of the banes of my Bioware love.
Yeah. No,
Well, that and Mass Effect 3's ending. Because, really? Pick a colour. Hey! Oh my God.
You know what? I still enjoyed Mass Effect.
Oh, I loved it.
1, 2, and 3. I mean, the ending was a bit of a letdown, but at the same time, there is only so much that you can do. So you try to figure out the ending by going through every single option.
You mean
that
like
can take.
every other game does?
None of them have such an intricate system as BioWare, though.
Which devolved into pick a card, any card.
And that's the way it should have been.
No, what it should have been is the choices you make throughout the game led you to a choice, and that was it. It wasn't. It should have been whatever you do, you'll get to the end of the game, and if you're an arsehole the entire time, you can still choose diffusion.
Yeah, what it should have been was a percentage of your Renegade and a percentage of your Paragon.
Indicated what your final choice was.
If you hit a certain threshold on one or the other,
Mm-hmm.
then it picked A or C.
But whereas if
you were above that threshold with both, or you didn't hit that threshold with either,
Yeah.
it was B. You know?
that would have made more sense, because then
That's the way it should have been done.
yeah, because then it's easily tailored to who you are as a character.
Yeah.
Me, I was Paragon the entire time, and then I was like, okay, choose. Then my little brother is he likes Renegade. Like the amount of times he punched reporters, man, you're like, what? But yeah, he loved playing Renegade, and it's the exact same thing.
Yeah.
You should have. It's such an easy thing to do. You good guy. Here, you
I
bad
had
guy.
three
Here.
saves for Mass Effect.
Why not just save it beforehand and go back? 3 different saves.
I wanted to see the cumulative total.
Oh god, right.
And not just for the one game, but for the whole trilogy.
Oh right, okay, I get you now.
Because I remember in Mass Effect 2, like, the more, like, because you had the cybernetics,
Yeah,
the more Renegade you picked, the more it would kind of bleed
Sure,
through.
yeah.
And the more Paragon you picked, the more it would heal.
yeah, or you could pick a third option and just get it fixed.
Yeah. Well, I didn't pick to get it fixed.
I have a habit getting that. I'll just do it.
Because I mean, it was money I didn't need to spend in game.
Yeah, but eventually you're like, well, I've got all this money, I've bought everything. God damn it.
But I played one save,
Yeah.
pure Paragon, one save, pure Renegade, and one save. What would I do in real life in this situation?
See, I get how you can play it like that, but I can only play a game the way I'd play it. I hate kind of faking a choice,
Yeah,
because it just feels wrong. If I decide myself, right, I'm going to play it as a Renegade, I'll hate half the choices. And I'm like, no, you said you're going to play it because you want to be a Renegade, just to try it out. I'm like, no, I don't like it.
I don't mind playing it, like if it gives you like so many different choices to do, like with a morality system. Like my main play,
Mm-hmm.
you know, the one that I will play the most, and you know, like in my, you know, how would I do it?
Yeah.
You know, I done a lot of the side missions, and you know, the kind of things I would normally do playing an RPG is getting as much of the lore, as much of the canon, side quests, exploring, even just like going and exploring just for the hell of it.
Yeah,
kind of thing.
basically, yeah.
You know, that's what I done on that one. On the other two, I just story mission, story mission, story mission, story mission, story mission,
Oh, Snorfest.
and any options I picked. You know,
Whatever
right,
one, yeah.
pure Paragon run. I picked all the Paragon options when it gave me the choices to do that.
Yeah.
In Renegade, it was all pure Renegade options, but it was just to see, you know, kind of how the main story gets affected along the way, because
Mhm.
I knew the ending was A, B, or C. It was to see how the story itself changes,
Alright.
if there was any major changes based on hitting these thresholds.
Right, so have you played 1 to 3, yeah?
Mm-hmm.
Now, this is one of the biggest defining questions of our friendship. Ashley or Caden?
It's difficult.
Ashley or Caden? Be a big boy.
Right. When you say Ashley or Caden,
Who did you save?
who did I save? I saved Caden.
Boo! Oh, God.
I killed that space racist.
You mellow her out, man.
No, in my main play, I saved Caden. In my other runs, in my pure Paragon run, I saved Ashley.
Interesting. So when you're playing Universal Good Guy, you save the gun-toting Christian.
I saved the space racist when I'm playing a good guy. And
That says something, actually. That really does.
On my pure Renegade run, what I done was I paused. I got to the option,
Mm-hmm.
and it kind of freezes time when you're there. So
Yeah.
I went through to the living room, and I asked my brother, option 1 or 2.
Oh, you wimp.
No, because I knew there wasn't too much of a difference.
What? It completely changes the rest of the game, man. Well, games, actually.
Only if you initiate a romance with Caden.
Did you?
No, my femme shepherd initiated a relationship with Liara.
Huh.
And yes, when I play Mass Effect, I play as femme shep.
Interesting.
Actually, when I play most games, I use a female avatar with the same name every time.
Oh, here we go.
What?
What's the name?
Mika Tsuya.
What?
Mika
Yeah.
Tsuya.
Okay, gonna spell it?
Tsyua.
Okay, why?
I don't know. I just like that name.
Is that like one name or is that two names?
2 names, first and last name.
Right, so isn't that weird when it's Mikita Saya Shepherd?
I just when I was playing Mass Effect, because it forced the last name Shepard. It
Mhm.
was just Mika.
Alright. Huh, fair enough. Different, but yeah, cool.
Yeah. My online character on FF14 is Mika Tsuya. Actually, both of them are,
Mm-hmm.
because I've got one on the Phoenix server and one on the Ragnarok server.
Alright, yeah.
My online character in GTA, you know, like despite the fact it comes up with my gamer tag, like my PSN ID
Yeah.
of my character's name, it gave me the option to give them a name.
Ah, right, okay.
So I gave them that because if you have multiple characters,
Mm-hmm.
it
You
uses,
differentiate.
it uses a name so you can differentiate them.
Yeah.
So I picked that name. That's the name I picked for my Fallout 4 character. Skyrim. Yeah. I always do it. I
Learn
don't know
something
why.
new every day.
I don't know why I do it. I guess I just can't be asked coming up with a guy's name. Although Mika is also a guy's name, so
Oh, yeah. Great musician. Like him. Good singer. You didn't know there was a singer called Mika, did you?
I was thinking Mika Hakkinen,
Who?
F1 driver.
Ah, fair enough. Huh, okay, so you go for a race car driver, I go for singer.
Yep.
He's awesome. You've probably heard him.
Not likely. Is he heavy metal? Or does he do video game music?
No, but he did do intro music for Kick-Ass.
I haven't seen Kick-Ass. One of those
Good God.
I haven't seen Scott Pilgrim versus the World though.
Guess you a bit points back, but come on, Kick-Ass is awesome, man.
It came out at the time where I was not interested in movies at all. I went through it was music or video games, or else I wasn't interested. And yeah, it came out round about that time.
Huh.
Like ever since, I've kept going, I need to watch that, and then never get around to it because I'm not one for watching movies on my own. I prefer, getting a couple of people sitting spread out around a living room,
Ripping the
Couple of
utter
beers.
piss out of a movie.
a couple of beers, pizza, and having a laugh while we watch the movie, I don't know, watching movies by myself just doesn't it doesn't sound like a good idea.
Okay, so now we know what we're doing next Saturday.
Next Saturday,
Or at some point, whatever.
possibly.
Sound.
Continuing on with some news.
Yeah, going back 20 minutes back to when we first left this
Yeah.
area.
Time for some Sony news. Sony news. The next PlayStation console is at least 3 years away, according to CEO John Codera,
Your wallet will be happy.
who also said in another press conference just a wee bit after that.
I thought he said just a wee bit after that. I was like, really?
In a press conference shortly after, he said, the next PlayStation console is at least 3 years away. He also said that the PlayStation is coming to the end of its life cycle, which would make us believe that it's probably closer than 3 years away, more likely 1 or 2. But,
They did not make consoles to last, do they? Fuck's sake.
well, actually, this is possibly the longest console generation, and
Oh.
it's the first one with a full-on upgrade. Like, because you know how when you had the PS3,
Mhm.
you then had the PS3 Pro, I think?
What was thin? Was there
Aye.
a PS3 Pro as well?
I don't know. I know the PS3 Slim
Slim, yeah.
and the Xbox One, not the Xbox 360,
Yeah.
and then the Xbox 360
Oh, shit, yeah. I did, yeah.
Because the original Xbox 360 was it was just a straight down thing with a curve at the front,
Mm-hmm.
like kind of going, around the faceplate. But now the faceplate is straight, but it's indented.
Alright, yeah.
Like that was the one that they bundled with the Kinect.
Oh.
But those two, they didn't really upgrade the hardware.
Really?
They weren't a lot. It wasn't like a major upgrade.
Alright, okay.
They used the same PCBs. They used most of the same chipsets. A couple of things were upgraded, like hard drives and things,
Mm-hmm.
but it wasn't a full-on rework. Unlike this generation, where you got a full mid-cycle upgrade with the PS4 Pro
Alright,
and
yeah.
the Xbox One S, which was originally the Xbox One X, which was originally the Xbox One Scorpio, It went through so many name changes.
Xbox One Scorpio?
It was called the Project Scorpio.
Really?
Yes.
Damn.
But it then became the X, and then when it actually released, it became the Xbox One S. But they were full on upgrades. They were smaller, faster, more powerful. They because the PS4 and the Xbox One, the original launch versions, and I think there's been a couple of other ones since. 'Cause I know there's the PS4 Slim.
Mm-hmm.
Those used the same. That used pretty much the same stuff, but the Xbox One X and the PlayStation 4 Pro, they upgraded a lot of the stuff to include things like HDR and 4K.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, it's a full-on proper thing. Faster hard drives, faster RAM, bigger hard drives, better GPUs, and all that stuff. So it has a full, and that was only about 3 years ago.
Yeah.
A full-on upgrade,
Full overhaul.
mid-cycle.
Mm-hmm.
So it is going to be a longer generation, but I don't know. I would expect an upgrade sooner than 3 years from now, to the next generation.
Jeez, here we go. Another one.
But it is too soon after the PS4 Pro and the Xbox One S X.
I would argue it
Whichever
should
one
be
it
a
is.
bit longer, just full of God.
We need it to be longer to justify
Spending
the,
another what?
the mid-cycle, not just to justify having the mid-cycle upgrades. You know what I mean?
Well, not everyone went out and got a Pro, to be fair.
Well, I didn't go out and get one, but you know what I mean? To justify them being made. That's what I'm meaning.
Ah, well, yeah.
To justify Sony and Microsoft creating these mid-cycle upgrades, they need to make it last at least another 3 years.
I mean, the other thing you need to think about is, if you even think of, the graphics jump between consoles.
Yeah.
I mean, how much further can you really go unless you, built in, VR?
Well, do you not remember that Unreal demo that we watched?
Apparently not.
The one with Andy Serkis.
Oh, shit, yeah.
The Star Wars stuff.
Yeah. Whoa.
It's still got a ways to go.
Hopefully it'll go... Well, fair enough. If we go by that, it'll be a bit more insane. But that does obviously mean if we're going to go to that length of time to make games that realistic, it's going to mean the price is going to be insane.
Yep.
And hopefully, just judging by greater content, it'll be a lot longer process making a game.
Yeah.
However, if each game then is purely Oscar shit, whatever, you know what I mean? Trophy warrior or whatever, then wow.
But I mean, I still think that if graphics start getting that advanced,
Mm-hmm.
Sony and Microsoft will be working. They'll be putting out a lot of the games with graphics like that. You might get quite a few of them on Steam or on a PC release, not on
Mhm.
Steam. But Nintendo will probably still kind of hold back. They'll make the kind of consoles with the graphics that you would play when you've got your pals round or with your family.
Yeah, it's because just the different, the content you focus on. Nintendo, like you said, it's a family console at the end of the day.
Well, I was going to do a video about Nintendo recently,
Mm-hmm.
and the tagline for it can be put one of two ways, right? It can either come across as negative, or it can come across as positive, where by saying their biggest strength is also their biggest weakness, or the biggest weakness is also their biggest strength. And it's the fact that they don't look at Sony and Microsoft and go, we want to compete with them on a straight up console power basis. They don't want to make a console as powerful as that.
No, I just went we'll do our own thing. You go, do you?
What they do is they try and innovate how games are played
Mm-hmm.
with the Wii. Using the motion controls, or the Wii U having the gamepad as the controller with a screen on it. and have, it kind of works like the DS where the two screens show different things,
Yeah.
and or you can have the screens show the same thing, and like, they innovate a lot of the things, and a lot of people then go on to copy that.
Well, try to.
Yeah, some successfully, some not so successfully, but they try and innovate the way games are played rather than create as powerful a console as they can.
Yeah.
I mean, if they created, the Xbox, not the Xbox, the Nintendo NX, or the Switch, as it's now called. I went really old school there, back to before the Switch was even released, when it was called the NX.
That sounds kind of cool, I'm not going to lie.
But, if they went to compete straight up on a power basis with Microsoft and Sony,
Mm-hmm.
they probably wouldn't have sold as many consoles.
Because it would have sucked.
Not that, but when you think of really powerful consoles, you think Sony and Microsoft. When you think of consoles that are really fun to play because they're different, you think Nintendo.
Yeah,
No?
but by your own explanation, it's because it's different. There's not that many mainline consoles, man.
Yeah.
There's really only 4 different platforms. You've got the PlayStation, the Xbox, Microsoft, Nintendo, and PC.
PC, yeah.
There's no really any 5th option.
You could go and get a Ouya.
So what?
Do you not remember the Ouya?
I think I remember playing for an Ouya.
The Ouya was a Android device. It was funded by Kickstarter,
Uh-huh.
and it promised like a great range of games, and it was, because it was just basically what was on the Android store.
Okay.
But you could play them in HD on your telly through it was just a wee box about the size of a can of juice,
Alright.
and it had a really weird looking controller. It looked like a boomerang, but it was meant to be really cool, and
It was meant to be.
it was meant to make gaming cheaper, because I think the thing was about £60. I think it was about £60,
Okay.
and it came loaded with, about 6 or 7 games. But there were games that were on the Android store anyway, and it meant there would be more room for other games to be made. Because if you pitch a game made for the Xbox, Nintendo, or PlayStation,
Mm-hmm.
you've got to have a base for the game, have a development team in place, pitch it to a publisher, and then pitch it to PlayStation. Well, pitch it to Sony with hopes of getting a dev kit so you can make it.
Okay.
And if you don't get any, if one of those doesn't work,
Mm-hmm.
like one of those fails along the way, that's that done. Whereas on like iOS or Android, I could probably sit and make it just sitting here. I mean, it wouldn't be very high quality because I can't do the art, I can't code, but I can do the music. I'm a sound engineer. I can do the sound for it. I would just need someone who can code and someone who can do graphic design.
Or was that all? Is that all?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've got a pal in Sweden who does coding, and Connor made the logo for Gaming Kin, so probably get him to code it. That's your team right there. 3-man team.
That sounds like a good segue for a shout out, just saying.
Segue for a shout out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Shout out to who?
Made the logo. Did, really.
Yeah, Connor. Yeah, Connor made our logo. I don't think he has a website or anything. I don't really know where to shout. Like, I would know shout out to him, but I mean, I would rather have somewhere to send people to his work so they can see things he does other than our logo.
Either way, thank you.
I still need to buy him a bottle of whiskey though. That was his price for doing it.
18 years, single malt.
Yeah, an
Okay.
18-year-old single malt, proper whiskey.
Proper whiskey.
Proper whiskey. Anyway, right.
Sorry, hopefully this is the last segue down the valley.
Down the valley.
Down the valley.
Down the valley to Stardew Valley.
I didn't even mean that. God damn it.
Yes. More in Sony news is Stardew Valley is coming out on the PS Vita. Actually came out on the PS Vita just a couple of days ago. This is the 26th. It came out on the 22nd. It was meant to get a port to the Wii U, but that got cancelled. So a lot of people were like, will it come to the Vita? Because the Vita is not particularly popular. It was at...
Yeah, it was kind of popular, and it's like,
It was a lot more popular in Japan than it was anywhere else, and it wasn't as popular in Europe or the States as it should have been. It was that way. It was trying to compete with Nintendo.
And that's one place where it dominates like all hell.
And
Handheld, they dominate, man.
yeah, that's the problem.
It's like, yeah, your proper consoles, you have it, but handhelds, haha, bitch, please.
So, yeah, it is coming out. However, it looks like will probably be one of the last physical games coming out on the Vita. They will,
Not gonna lie, I would not have bought a physical game for Vita.
or the because it's all proprietary carts in it.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I would have just downloaded it, man.
Yeah.
It just saves so much time,
Yeah.
effort.
Well, Stardew Valley is coming out with one of the like media device storage things. I don't know. I've never had a Vita, so I don't exactly know how to explain it. But Sony shutting down production of the storage media for the PS Vita. So it looks like Stardew Valley is going to be one of them. They will no longer be giving out Vita games with PlayStation Plus as of March 2019.
That kind of sucks.
And yeah, the problem was it didn't really have the identity. It focused too much on like the gyro sensor and the camera and the touch capabilities in the back and the front, and
Whereas people just wanted to play a game on the mini console.
yeah.
And that was it.
Well, like
Bruh. Chill.
one of the examples in my notes here is holding the Vita up to a light to reveal hidden messages on a parchment in Uncharted Golden Abyss.
Damn, really? Don't get me wrong, it sounds kind of cool, but at the same time, if I'm like lying in bed, just kicking about back in the game at night, and it says put your thing up to light, and you're like, I just have to get out of bed, turn on the light, then blind myself while trying to see this code.
Like, one of the things that should have been a big selling point for the Vita was remote play, where you could play PlayStation 4 games on the Vita.
I've never seen a buggier thing ever.
Really? Is it that bad?
I didn't like it because it's like, basically, if you take into account the differences between a PS4 controller and a Vita, which it doesn't have both joysticks,
Yeah.
it can make moving around really difficult. So obviously, in the PS4, you've got all the different what do you call the back button things for R1 and R2?
The triggers?
Yeah, it doesn't have the triggers, right? I think it's got one trigger that counts as R1 and L1.
Aye, but it's got the rear touchpads.
Yeah, but that's still awkward as hell to use, though. So
But
it does slow you
imagine,
down.
For some games, like for particularly racing games, using the touchpads would be kind of weird because like you can apply a little bit of brake by pulling down L2 a little bit, or you can apply full brakes by pulling it all the way in. Because they're pressure sensitive.
Yeah,
So you could apply like varying amounts of in a racing game. Like other games would have other features that may or may not use like the pressure gauges in them.
yeah.
But pressure gauge, they wouldn't use the kind of analog feature of the things now that they are analog rather than digital buttons.
Like, don't get me wrong, it is a good little console in its own right, as long as you take it as an idea of it being just a little console. If you
Yeah.
take it as a controller, that's when it got boring. Because it's just trying to work in like a proper game, and this one, you're
Yeah.
like, especially if you've got like a spotty Wi-Fi.
Yeah,
So you just staring daggers down at this little console, and you're like, why?
because I've got remote play on my computer, I can remote play from my PlayStation on my computer as long as I have a PS4 controller.
Huh, cool.
Like I can take my PlayStation and go like to my sister's house,
Mm-hmm.
and I can play PlayStation games on my console, on my PlayStation, using my PS4 as long as it's turned on.
Huh, that's pretty cool. I like to learn that trick.
You just need the app.
Oh, cool.
It's quite good.
Nice.
Yeah. So I would expect not just Vita, storage media to be cancelled, but I expect that they'll probably start winding down support for the Vita. I mean, it's most of the games that are out on it that are successful are indie games and JRPGs. So that'll probably be what continues to come out on the system.
Yeah.
But I expect Sony to start winding back support for it.
Yeah, it does make sense. I mean, if you're going to like consolidate, then that's the first place you'll go.
So, other news is we've mentioned the SNES and the NES mini console.
Oh, expensive paperweights.
No, the minis, they become expensive paperweights once you no longer want to play the games that are on them. But then you might then just have someone over and go, let's play Contra. And then two of you play Contra.
In your life, please tell me the amount of times you said, actually knowing you'll have instances where you've said to someone, oh, let's play Contra.
When the night I went to go see Deadpool, we all met up at my sister's house, and Paz had the SNES Mini, just had it all set up, and I was having a look through it. I wanted to play Final Fantasy, but he had a save game on that, so I didn't want to overwrite that.
Oh,
so
yeah.
I was like, let's play Contra.
See what I mean? He always has a story.
We also played Ghosts and Goblins.
Huh.
Although it uses the it used a different release name. It was Ghosts and Ghouls, but the original release was called Ghosts and Goblins. Also, on the note of mini consoles, there has been some internal discussion at Sony about bringing out a PS1 Mini.
Ooh, that could be kind of cool.
So, yeah, that could be coming. We don't know for sure, but that could be coming. But to celebrate SNK's 40th anniversary, they are releasing the Neo Geo Mini, which is a mini version of its MVS arcade cabinet, and comes with 40 games. It has a 3.5-inch display.
I can relate.
It's going to be
completely overrides. I am not taking account of that comment.
I'm not gonna just no. So it can be played on the go. It's you'll probably be it's perfect size to fit in your backpack. But it will include a HDMI port for TV, a headphone port, and 2 controller ports.
Cool.
It didn't say what titles are going to be included in the game lineup.
What games are there for that kind of console anyway?
That's loads of arcade games.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
As long as they're made by SNK, then.
Can you name any?
By SNK. Well, the Samurai Showdown 2, Metal Slug.
I see what you're doing. I see what you're doing.
Real Bout, Fatal Fury, things like that. There's loads of games. Armed F. There's a sumo game, Contra. I think Phozon was an SNK game. There's lots. There's actually a whole group of them on the PlayStation Network, ACA Neo Geo Classics.
All right, okay.
So yeah, there's a lot of them on the PlayStation Network already as well. So you'll probably get quite a few of them. If you have the PlayStation Network, you can find them on there. That'll probably give you an idea of some of the games that will be on the Neo Geo Mini.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, Also, it will be released in 2 styles. The Asian version will be more colourful than the rest of the world version.
Mhm.
And I've not seen the version for outside of the Asian market, but the one for the Asian market looks really cool.
So ours will be like grey, basically.
No, it will still be colourful. It will just be not as colourful. That's all.
So it'll be equal to ours, just not as equal.
Yeah.
Okay.
The CEO of GameStop has quit after 3 months on the job.
Damn.
CEO Michael K. Muller left for personal reasons, effective immediately, according to GameStop.
It's going down.
Jump
off the ship.
That you know this. He was not. It wasn't him that said. What he's not said why he's left. It's just whoever released the press release about him leaving.
Mm-hmm.
Daniel DiMatteo has taken over as interim CEO. He is one of the co-founders and served as interim CEO after J. Paul Raines left for health reasons in 2017. So, yeah, they've not disclosed on the reasons of Michael Muller's resignation, but he was a 16-year veteran at GameStop, and we don't know what's going to happen with GameStop next. Because I mean, there's been a lot of things on on things like YouTube about how you shouldn't shop at GameStop, and like how they're always trying to pull one over on customers and things like that.
Is this the same place that like says like return used games and shit like for money? All right, so you basically like try and return like 8 games, and you're like, yeah, you get like $5.
Do you remember we used to have 2 big game chains here?
Yeah.
Game and Game Station.
Yeah.
They were like Game Station.
Mm-hmm.
So 90% of the stock is pre-owned.
Yeah.
And the only stuff that is brand new is stuff that you can pre-order, and any leftover stock from pre-orders.
Oh, did not know that.
And they apparently, right, because we normally point out when something less comes up, we're not from the States, so we don't actually know. But from what I've heard, you know, they pay their staff poorly. They don't care about the customers. Like, see if you get a refurbished console.
Yeah.
Like if you get one from CX here, you know, it goes through a 100-point checkup before it can be resold. It gets I think a 12-point checkup before you can sell it to them, and that's basically to make sure it runs.
Yeah.
And it'll load games and everything works, right? And
that's reassuring.
A 100-point checkup
Mm-hmm.
before they sell it on, so that mostly so they can determine how much to sell it on for.
Well, for determining how much it can give you, or
yeah, you know, determining how long it. Like, I mean, if they're going to sell you one that might only last another 6 months, they'll probably. Oh, your phone going off.
Yep, 2 seconds. Can we pause?
Can we pause? We can pause. Just give me a sec.
Hello.
There we go. We're back. That was Mark's little brother phoning there.
Sorry about the technical difficulties.
But yeah. So it goes through, you know, a quite extensive checkup. So if it's not going to last for long, they'll sell it for less, and it'll be like listed as grade C rather than A, which is
good.
Better.
This is good shit.
Like,
yes,
because like grade C is because it works the same way with phones as well. Like, they all get graded.
Mm-hmm.
Grade D doesn't get sold. It's like kind of parts,
so
or
defunct.
Yeah, ruined, unsellable.
Yeah.
C is working condition with
for a while.
with all necessary attachments.
Right, so it works, but only for a while.
So it works. It may only work for 6 months. It may work until the world goes kaboom. You know, they don't particularly know, but they'll price it differently depending on what long they think it's going to run. but it's graded C, meaning it is the basics, that power cable.
So it's like cautionary, basically.
Yeah.
It might work, it might not.
B is C plus a couple of extra things.
Okay.
So, like, say I sold my laptop.
Yeah.
C would be laptop and charging cable.
Mm-hmm.
B would be laptop, charging cable, and my wireless mouse and keyboard.
Okay, so it's a bit extra.
Yeah. And A would be my laptop, power cable, mouse and keyboard, and like my podcast and stuff. So like the desk, the cables, the stands, and the mics.
So about all of it.
Yeah. If I was to sell my kind of podcasting stuff, that would be how it would be graded.
Mm-hmm.
So, yeah. And then after that, they go, it might last X amount of time. So, the longer they think it's going to last, the higher price.
Okay.
Also, like, if it's a kind of rarer version as well. Like, you get the DSs, the special edition DSs.
Ah, yeah.
Like, the ones with Pikachu on it are priced more than the standard one. And things like that.
See, not Eevee, Pikachu.
Pikachu is the most common. But yeah,
Common.
so we'll keep an eye on that, see what happens. But it'll probably just be someone else comes in and he'll be there for a couple of years and so on.
Like, do they have like an online store or what? Because like,
Uh,
I'm assuming buying games physically in a shop, so a kind of dying thing now.
generally is, yeah, because everything's moving more towards digital.
Like even like DVDs and that. I mean, I've not bought a DVD in 2 years or something.
We buy DVDs pretty regularly, but we get them from the Sky Store.
Well, that doesn't
So-
count as
So
much.
we do buy. So we get the digital version on the Skybox, and we get a DVD or Blu-ray sent to the house.
Fine, but do you personally watch your DVDs though?
Yeah.
Well, as an actual DVD. Oh, fair enough.
Well, not me in particular. But my dad will often take them. He's got my brother's old PS3 in his room,
Right,
so
yeah.
he'll put the movie on up there because
Oh.
we've only got Sky in the living room.
Okay.
So yeah.
Fair enough one.
So I don't personally, but yeah, we still watch DVDs in the house. Or if, say, he's deleted the thing off the Skybox,
Yeah.
instead of re-downloading it, if I'm wanting to watch it and we've done buy and keep, I'll take my laptop through the living room
Mm-hmm.
and connect it up to the telly, and we'll watch it on my laptop,
Yeah, okay.
like through the telly if we're watching it together.
Yeah, fair enough.
So a wee bit of esports. Overwatch League's Philadelphia Fusion University shirts have been ruled out of bounds.
Shocker.
They were black and they had gold print.
Oh, really?
That
That seems so damn American.
Said Philadelphia Fusion, and above that FU for Fusion University. And it was ruled out of bounds.
There's no way that wasn't going to happen.
Well, do you know what? They went on to win the tournament. Tournament. So it doesn't really matter. They just wore black shirts the rest of the time.
Just, come on.
Well, we have what's up next? Rage 2. We've already spoke about that.
And I have a burning desire to talk more about it. Jesus.
No, it's cool. We'll just skip over it because it was pretty much what we were talking about anyway.
Yeah. Okay.
Nerf is going to try and bring Overwatch to life with foam ball guns.
Right, to clarify, these actually look like proper guns, regardless of the fact they're all Overwatchy.
It's part of the Nerf Rival line, which is for high-performance precision battling gunplay that represents a softer alternative to paintball or the time-honored tradition of shooting a sibling in the ass with a BB gun. The Rival line have also done Deadpool-themed guns.
I did not know that. That sounds awesome.
They also sell accessories like extended magazines, face masks, things like that. So you're going to get Diva's light gun.
Wait, a protective face mask? I thought it was foam balls.
Yeah, but they still got a high enough velocity that they'll hit you in the eye, it'll hurt.
Right.
A face mask is pretty much just going to be goggles,
Oh, okay.
probably.
Probably.
But you'll get Diva's light gun, Reaper's Hellfire shotguns, and you'll probably also get Tracer's pistols.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not much of an Overwatch person, but
Hopefully not the accents as well.
that's the ones that I know of, gun wise. So yeah, that'll be
That'll be
We'll-
different.
we'll probably end up getting some of them and just shooting each other with them.
The skepticism is thick here.
No, I'm being serious. Actually, I'll probably get the Deadpool ones, and Josh across the road, he likes Overwatch, so he'll get the Overwatch ones, and I'll get the Deadpool ones, and then we'll just shoot each other from the windows.
Oh, have fun picking up all those in the street.
Oh yeah, no. No Man's Sky is launching on the Xbox One on July 24th.
Wah, wah, wah.
And with that, it gets its next update, which will also go live on the same day for players who are on PS4 or Steam. It is coming. It's bringing the fully fledged multiplayer that was promised before release.
A lot of things were promised before release.
Yes, but multiplayer was the make or break for me. I'm going to be honest.
The game was make or break for me, and it broke me.
But-
Honestly, I was like waiting months. As soon as I seen that trailer, and you're like, wow, explore space, find shit no one else has found, fight aliens, or fight aliens if you go by Mass Effect. It just failed so badly.
Well, I'm looking forward to the multiplayer. So I'm hoping to see if a couple of other folk are up for playing it with me. Multiplayer, probably get a stream or something on the go.
Well, bear in mind, the thing that I think ruined it, like mostly, is like, wasn't it like if you find a planet, you can name it?
Yeah.
And as we know, people ruin things.
Yeah.
And these names were not good. Like
No.
Planet McPlanet Face. I mean, really, that was just a tame one.
Yeah. No. I could deal with that. No, I could deal with it. I would just rename every planet
Yeah.
Gaming Kin.
Wow.
Every planet.
Where are we? Gimmikin. Which one? The purple one. Oh, okay.
The one closest to the sun.
Oh, I mean, the other Gimmikin. No, fiery one of death.
No, I would probably do what I would normally do in a situation like that. I would give the first one, like if I was playing like the Gaming Kin YouTube
Mm-hmm.
and I was streaming it, first planet I encounter, Gaming Kin, and in every planet after that I would look around my room and call it something random.
You call a planet Gimmikin something random?
No. I would look around, like, say I came across a new planet, give it a name. I would probably call it Carrier Bag 1, because I've got a carrier bag, like, on the door as a bin. You know what I mean? I
So,
would do
as
something like
opposed
that.
to Gimmikin Megadildo.
It wouldn't be Gaming Kin Carrier Bag. It would just be Carrier Bag.
Oh, so Megadildo.
Yeah. Because I totally have one of those.
Dude, for like the piles of stuff you have here, you probably could.
But it wouldn't be mine.
So you're admitting you're carrying someone else's Megadildo,
No, I'm saying if there is one there, it's not mine.
but it's still in your room, so you're holding on to someone else's Megadildo. Let's just not get worse. Let's just get better, man.
Anyway.
Run away from your problems, Jack.
Anyway. Marky McMarkface.
That hit me deep, man.
Fortnite drops on Android this summer, which will be pretty cool.
With voice chat on the way to.
Voice chat is also coming.
Oh my god, they can hear little kids say, "Yeah, oh no, I'm not going to say it."
No,
The mum jokes. Oh, the mum jokes.
I'm not sure, because voice chat is already in the game, so like if I'm playing squads or duos with someone, like if I don't have party chat on PlayStation,
Yeah.
working. Game chat works. So I'm thinking it's probably going to be proximity based.
All right.
So, like, if you're playing solos, people can hear you if they're close enough to you.
So like you only hears. Why am I hearing heavy breathing? It's a guy in the bush.
No, what you would probably hear is if you're playing against me is is me just doing that.
It's a predator in the bush. Please tell me that's how you play games.
That's how I play games with proximity voice chat on. Is I just make noises.
I wish it was like.
I just laugh.
They'd be like, I'm over here.
I can see you. Yeah, doing things like that.
Or be more menacing. Go, I can see dead people, and I mean you.
But no, like I would do things like that. But yep, voice chat is coming, but there's no release date for that. But we don't actually know the specific release date for Fortnite dropping on Android, but we just know it is this summer. So yeah,
I still don't see the point in a lot. I mean, have you seen the comparison video of someone playing in a phone and someone playing in
yeah.
a console? It's embarrassing.
But the thing is, like, because it's going to be cross-platform as well, right?
That's the biggest downside.
So all versions of Fortnite are cross-platform, right?
Mm-hmm.
However, Xbox players cannot play with PS4 players. But
Really?
yeah, but
I need Ultimate Console War.
right. But here's the thing: if you play on Xbox, you can play with PC players, Android players, and iOS players. If you play PS4, you can play with PC players, console players, not console, Android and iOS players as well. So
Oh, that's
if you
insulting.
play PC, you can play with other players of any console. The same if you play on iOS or Android. And if it comes out for the Switch, which I've heard rumours about, I've not heard anything definitive from Epic,
Mm-hmm.
but I've heard rumours circulating around going, oh, it could be coming to the Switch. The Switch would be able to play with everybody else as well.
The gaming war should start. They should open up the floodgates, man.
See if we start getting a gaming war that bad. I'm jumping ship and going to Nintendo.
Have fun. I'd well weighed in. Bring Xbox.
In fact, you know what? I'll join the PC Master Race.
Right, so
For
you're
one reason and one reason only.
a Final Fantasy nerd, Trekkie, PC Master Race, and 18 years malt whiskey. Right. Wow.
For only one reason.
Yo, go.
Warcraft.
Oh lord.
World of Warcraft. So, for fashion news for the gamer, Puma are making Sonic the Hedgehog sneakers, and they're just subtle enough that people might not even realise that they're Sonic Hedgehog.
Is there really a point then?
Well, they look good.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, they're very subtle. It's got Sonic embossed on it,
Mm-hmm.
or Eggman, or whoever the sneaker is based on, and they're based on like zones as well.
Right, cool.
So you've got the kind of greeny one, which is based off the Green Hill Zone.
Mm-hmm.
They have the rings as well. You've got a red and yellow one, which is Eggman. Blue one, which is Sonic. Yeah, they're really cool.
Mm-hmm.
And they are, they are subtle, and you can wear them and go, yeah, they're Sonic, and anyone you tell will go, oh yeah, so they are. But see someone seeing you randomly on the street, they don't exactly scream, I am a Sonic fan. Do you know what I mean? Someone else seen them and they didn't know about the Sonic sneakers. They would just see them and go, oh, they look pretty cool, and then that would be it. They wouldn't know it's Sonic. So, yeah.
I don't generally check out people's footwear enough to make that much kind of a comment.
I've been wearing my Star Wars Vans a lot lately.
In all news.
Epic is putting up $100 million for Fortnite's first year of esports tournaments. So that is the overall prize pool for every tournament that they're going to run. And that's not just top prizes. That is prizes for everybody in every competition.
And that's insanity.
Yep.
Like, damn.
However, the first one... Well, the first tournament... I don't know if this is going to be part of their esports tournaments or not. But the first tournament is during E3 and it's called the Fortnite Party Royale. There's no specific tournaments or possible formats been mentioned, but they did say they're looking to operate outside the traditional esports, traditional esports style.
Mm-hmm.
So, competitive play is going to be a big thing, and it's good. It'll be great fun to watch if you like Fortnite. That's all I really have to say on it. There is a competition going on just now, Friday Fortnite, which takes some of the most popular Twitch and YouTube streamers for Fortnite and pits them against each other, see who gets the most kills. It's Fortnite's taken off and it's great to see something gain so much traction, because there's so many niches in gaming just now that, like, well, I say it just now, like, overall, like, because you've got me and Mark who are mostly RPG gamers, you've got people who only play FPS games, you've got some people who only play MMOs, some people who play, like, various different things, but I know a lot of people have tried at least one Battle Royale game, be it H1Z1, PUBG or Fortnite.
Not me.
Hence why I said most.
Yeah, okay, cool.
Like, I tried H1Z1 last night.
How'd that go, Jack? How'd that go?
The open beta on PlayStation. I don't remember how well it went. I was a bit drunk. No, it was fun. H1Z1 is quite fun, but it is a bit buggy. It is an open beta. Like, at one point, I think I spent about 10 minutes in a queue. What I'd done is went out, restarted the app, signed back in, and I got a match the minute I joined the queue.
Right, so you jumped it.
So, no, I think, like, because I couldn't get into any matches when I first loaded it up until I'd reset the app. So there must have been an issue with it. But no, it was okay. It needs a lot of polish.
It is a beta, isn't it? So.
Yeah, it has potential, and I prefer it over Fortnite because it is a run and gun battle royale like PUBG, instead of Fortnite, which is base building.
I hate base building with a passion. That's why I cannot play Fallout 4. Like Fallout 3, 100 hours easy, quite happy. Fallout 4, no, just can't.
But I quite enjoyed it. It was buggy. It has potential, so we'll see what happens. Because I mean, it is quite an old game, because it has been out in Steam for about 6-7 years now.
No, that's pretty old. Jeez.
But it's mostly kind of optimization issues for bringing it from PC to PlayStation.
Alright, so graphically, is that right?
Yeah, the graphics are kind of about 7 years old.
Oh, okay, fair enough then.
It uses pretty much the same graphics. But, I mean, as long as it's fun, the graphics don't need to be the best anyway.
Yeah, okay.
But no, once it gets optimized, it should be alright. It was like when PUBG first moved over from PC to Xbox. It was really buggy and there was a lot of optimization issues. It's the same for H1Z1. It'll get there. It just needs time. But no, I have been kind of enjoying it. It's not my type of game, but I have kind of been enjoying it. The next in the news is the rest of the Yakuza saga is heading to the PS4. So we've already got 2 Yakuza games on the PS4, Yakuza 6 and 0, which I think is it's got a subtitle, but I'm pretty sure it's just called Yakuza 0. But we're getting 3 in August, and then we're getting 4, 5, 1 and 2. I don't know what order we're getting the rest of them in, but they will all be upgraded to run at 60 FPS, and it should be pretty good.
Again, if anyone else is confused about why they ordered things in this fashion, you're not the only one.
But yeah, I'm looking forward to being able to play them all. I think it'll be fun because it's a really good action RPG series, and it'll keep me going till Shenmue 3 comes out.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a complete magic bitch. Like, if it's not got magic, or space aliens, then I kind of get a bit bored. Fantasy's ruined me as a gamer, honestly. God damn.
I like the kind of old school RPGs where you have kind of classes.
Oh yeah. Well, don't get me wrong. Like Fire Emblem, I enjoy those games. And it's kind of the same idea, like classes and stuff.
Sorry.
Yeah, no worries.
I like ones where you have classes, and every class has, like, I'm thinking kind of like upcoming Octopath Traveler. They have certain skills,
Mm-hmm.
and then you can have like a second class,
Yeah.
and you can get
yeah.
a couple of skills from that,
Mm-hmm.
or you can like kind of class change. Like, I'm not talking about like going from being a magic user the first half of the game to being like a pugilist, a fighter the second half. I'm
Yeah.
talking about like, I think it was Final Fantasy 3, where if you were a warrior,
Mm-hmm.
you could upgrade to knight,
I get you now. Yeah.
berserker to Viking, black mage to black wizard, white
Huh.
mage to devout, and red mage to red. What? No, red mage was red wizard, white mage was devout, black mage was magus.
That sounds pretty cool, actually.
So, you know, kind of things like that.
Yeah.
Monk would become black belt. I think samurai and ninja were linked. You know, things like that. I really enjoyed the days where you could do that.
Aren't they opposite sides kind of thing? Samurai Ninja.
Yeah, but the idea was they both kind of use katanas. Anyway, I don't even know if that was an actual one. I can't remember off the top of my head. I was just kind of giving examples anyway.
Yeah.
In my example for samurai ninjas, they both used katanas.
Mm.
They did.
Yeah. Okay. Not gonna lie.
Different length katanas.
Doesn't it make them not katanas then?
It was just the general style of the sword.
Yeah. Not gonna lie, Naruto ruined ninjas for me as well.
Anyway, that was what I quite enjoyed. Anyway, that is us for the news.
Thank you for listening to our extremely long tirade of random shit. It was most enjoyable talking about it.
It's a thank you from me, and a thank you from Mark,
Thank you.
and a goodbye from myself, and a goodbye from Mark.
Bye.
And as always, there's always room for you here at Gaming Kin if you want to be our friend. Stay safe out there.
Bye.
Talking to friends, so I'm going home alone. You went home with another guy. Why? is rising out of the pit. I can make out a small beam of light against a mirror. What's that? There's a jet of flame springing from the mirror and it leaps right at the advancing men. It strikes them head on. Lord, they're turning into flame. The whole field's caught by the woods, the barns, the gas tanks of the automobiles spreading everywhere. It's coming this way now, about 20 yards.